This one, so easy. All I'm wanting you to do in this question is to solve for A. Now, my question to you is this, what type of equation is this? I'm going to leave that as an open question. What type of equation is this? Who thinks they can give me the name of the type of equation this is? And don't worry if you're wrong. I never mind if you're wrong. Give it a go. Experiment, try, say some names. Tiana, what type of equation do you think this is?
I think it's the equation where you must put the numbers one side and the letters one side, but I don't know what's the name of it.
Yeah. No, okay, so what you're saying is great. We want to keep our letters on one side and we want to keep our numbers on the other side. That's great. I love it. That was a good start. Can someone, so what Tiana said was beautiful. Can someone sort of like add to that? Can someone tell me what type of equation this is?
Oh, Unati 1 on the line.
Unati 1, can you tell me what type of equation this is?
Hey, ma'am. Ma'am, is it something to do with factorization? Ma'am, I don't know that.
Okay. I do see our correct answer that has popped up in the chat though from Tando. It is definitely a linear equation. Okay, so it's a linear equation.
Tando.
And we know it's linear because our variable doesn't have any exponent. It's just a. So it's like if that was a, or if that was x, or if that was y, and it has no exponent, that makes it linear. Okay. And if it's a linear equation, it means if we were having to draw this equation as a graph, we would get something like that guy, for example. We would have a straight line graph. Okay, so it would be a straight line. So these are the different things that we can use when we are trying to find, when we start dealing with different functions and we have to start thinking about what we're dealing with, knowing what type of equation it is helpful to us. Okay, so this is linear. So it's a linear equation. And like Tiana said, we want to put our letters on one side and we want to put our numbers on the other side. So this one is a nice, super easy one. What is A equal to? Put it in the chat for me. Hi, Jasmine. Great. Kira, nice, Tiana, nice, Anna. Yes, okay. So let's try and talk through what we're wanting to do. We want to isolate that A. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move that 3 over. When that 3 moves over, it's going to have the opposite order of operations. So it was minus and now it's going to become plus. So we have 2A is equal to 8. And then we're going to divide by the coefficient of our variable. And we're going to see that A is equal to 4. Okay, so for a question like this, give yourselves 1, 2 marks. Let's see how we land up doing.
Guys, 2 marks in the bag. Nice.
And you kind of guaranteed like at least 1 or 2 of these nice easy questions in the beginning of tests and exams. So it's always good to boost up your confidence. Okay, cool. Let's try another one. Okay, so in this one, I've got y. I don't have any exponent, which means it's also linear. It's just a linear fraction equation. Okay, so all we're doing, the difference here is that I've got a fraction. There are 2 different ways you could do this question. So do whichever way you feel comfortable, but I'd love for you all to give it a go, and then we're going to go through the different answers. So if you feel confident with your answer, let me know, and we will go through it together. And we'll try and see if between you guys we can get method 1 and method 2 at the same time. Okay.
Let's go, guys.
So now you're going to talk me through.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because it's a fraction, we can first times both sides by 2.
Okay, so we find an LC, a lowest common denominator.
Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful. Okay, so you're multiplying this whole side over here by 2. And you're multiplying this side over here by 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Cool.
Then on the right-hand side of the equation, it would be -8.
Beautiful.
And then on the left-hand side, it would be 2y minus 4.
Okay, great. Because this 2 and this 2 are going to cancel.
Yes,
So we're just
ma'am.
going to beautiful. 2y minus 4. Great. Okay.
And then you're going to, you have to plus 4 on the right-hand side of the equation.
Good.
So then it would
2y.
be -4.
So -8 plus 4, which is going to give us -4. Great.
And then you're going to divide both sides by 2.
Why am I dividing both sides by 2?
Because it's 2y, so then you can cross the 2's out.
Excellent. Good.
And
So
then
what
the
does my final answer become?
would be -2.
Excellent.
Well done,
Nice.
well done, Sana.
Lovely, lovely. Great. Okay. Tiana, hello.
Hey, Shrev, my answer, I feel like it's a no because
Did you
it's
do
not
it in a different way?
Yeah, I think
Okay. Tell
I
me how
like-
you did it.
I said the LCD is like 2. And then I said like the fraction under, like I put a 1 under the -4.
Yeah.
And I said times 1 by the 2 and then times 2.
Okay. So we have this 2y minus 4 over the side over 2, and that's equal to -4 over 1. Okay. And you said the LCD is equal to 2. And so that means that I need to multiply this by 2. And what I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. Great.
That's why I never did the top part.
Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay. So it's the same idea as what's happening on the left. It's just looking at it in a slightly different way. But I hope that that sort of clears up where you went wrong.
Yes, thank you.
Great. No problem. Okay, but let's carry on from here and see what would happen. Once we have an LCD, so now I would have 2y minus 4 over 2, and then on this side I would have -8 over 2. In a fraction equation like this, so when I have an equation and they are fractions, and my denominators are the same as each other, I'm allowed to drop my denominators. Okay, so when my denominators are the same and we're in a fraction equation, we're allowed to drop them. And so when we get to this point, we can say 2y minus 4 is equal to -8, and then it's exactly the same from there. So then we would move the 4 over and divide by the 2. Okay, questions? Precious, how can I help?
Afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, is it a must to show on the left-hand side that you have removed the 2 and multiplied it to the right-hand side? Because I just removed the 2 from the fraction and I multiplied it on the right-hand side.
That's fine. So if you showed like -8, or if you showed 2 times -4, then it's totally fine.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sure, no problem. Okay, so you must do whichever way you feel comfortable with, guys. It's like whichever way sort of fits better in your head is the way that you must do it. Do we have any questions about this, or do we feel okay? Fatu, how can I help?
Ma'am, for like the first step, ma'am, aren't you supposed to like multiply the denominator 2 with a 2?
So you mean for this one over here?
No. Yeah. No. No. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I don't need to multiply that denominator by 2 because the denominator is already 2. And so if anything,
Oh.
I'm multiplying it by 1. And then I wouldn't have to do anything.
Then okay, ma'am, I understand.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am, I'm sure.
Okay, good. No problem. No, you wouldn't lose marks on left or right because it's the same. LCD stands for lowest common denominator. like that. Look, everyone's too fast for me in the chat. Okay, let's give another one a go. Let's try another question. Oh, so let me, marks-wise, a question like this, let's try and figure out how many marks this would be out of. So you would definitely get 1 for getting either multiplying by the 2 or getting this LCD step over here. So either way, that would have been okay. I think, so let's give 1 for getting that -8 and getting to that point over there. So let's get rid of that tick. And then we would have gotten a mark for getting 2y equals -4, and the same on the side. So 2y is equal to -4, you would get a mark there, and then you'd get a mark for your final answer. So y is equal to -2. So this one would probably be out of 2 marks, 3 marks, sorry. Tiana, yeah?
Maybe I have a question, but it's so concerning the work, but like in the holidays, the classes we're gonna have there, is it like revision or is it like new work?
It's all consolidation. So we're going to spend 2 lessons on exponents. We're going to spend some time on some tougher factorizing and some tougher equations, and sort of, yeah, it's just going to be consolidation of the work we did in term 1 and 2.
So it's gonna be hard work of the term 1 and 2.
A little bit harder of the work we did in term 1 and 2.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Shaden, hi.
I wanted to ask about what she asked. Do you have to attend the classes like what we're doing now?
I mean,
Or-
it's up to you. I think it's a good thing. So if you're able to sort of sacrifice an hour twice a week during your holiday, I think it would be great. Just gets your mind ready and sharp. Specifically, if there were sections that you did badly in the exam, we can focus on those just before you go into term 3. Sort of puts you on a good path.
Yeah.
I wrote my maths paper today and it was okay. It was okay.
Yeah, so sometimes there's just some sections that we're not great with, and then we can focus on those when we have the consolidation lessons. Just to,
And I
yeah.
also don't want to miss you, Shaden. So please do come and attend. I'll be here. You know, we're having a
Yeah, we're
good
gonna
day.
miss your faces, guys.
Exactly. I don't want to miss
No, I'll
anyone.
definitely try and make time for you.
Okay, good,
Cool.
good. We'll see you there then.
Thank you.
Ntando, can I help?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, when are we gonna do what's this? Functions and patterns.
So we did patterns earlier in the year, so those videos will be online. And did we do functions? Did we do straight lines? I feel like we did do straight lines, but now I'm losing track. But have a look online and see what lessons are there. I'm sure that we'll be able to help.
I'm sure it will be there.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. All right, guys. Okay, so next question. We are dealing with a nice linear equation. When it's a linear equation, we want to get our variables on one side. We want to get our numbers on the other side. Don't overthink this question. Do it as quickly as possible, and we'll quickly go through it and then go on to the next one, which is a little bit tougher.
I'm wondering if Unati1 and Sanes already answered the question already.
I think
And
they have.
Kidara.
They're like ready. They're
No.
like, we got it.
Fire in this class.
Okay. Yeah, we did cover patterns. Thank you. I forget, guys. My brain's all over the place. It's tough. Kira, do you have the answer for me here?
Good afternoon. Good evening, ma'am. Yes, I do.
Okay, talk me through what to do.
So, ma'am, I move the 2 over to the 5 near the 5x. It's going to be 5x minus 2x equals 12 plus 24.
Nice, excellent.
And then I got 3x divided by 3, and then it's 36 divided by 3, and then I got x equals 12.
Nice. Well done. Excellent.
Well
Excellent.
done, Kara. Well done.
We're going to divide that by 3, and then we are left with x is equal to 12. Great. Okay. Hopefully we are finding these nice and easy so far. I'm hoping that we haven't found anything that's too difficult just yet. Tiana, is this a question?
No, baby, it's fine. I wanted to answer.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to share the love around with different people tonight. Oh, yeah. Always put your hand up, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's move on to D. So now D is a little bit tougher, but I believe in you guys. It deals with something that we spoke about in an earlier question. So I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, definitely. I believe in my people. Guys,
Yeah.
let's do this.
I lose my whole face when I drink out of this mug. Like I can't see anything other than tea. It's just tea.
This is still not cold. I'm just
It's not cold yet.
It's not cold yet.
I know. I'm having to drink it super fast though. I should start writing you guys like secret messages on the bottom of this mug, and then when it comes up and it's over my entire face, you'll just see a little message from me. Like, go get it, guys. You'll be fine. Good luck.
You know, the fact that I'm at Spur, guys, with all of you, everyone who's passing by is asking me if I'm okay, because I'm busy smiling and giggling, and everyone is like, what's going on with this girl?
Same. Oh, poor Yolanda always has to go on these missions to be in our lessons, guys. I'm just going to do one little thing here to help so that you don't fall for that trap. That little green line there is to help you not fall for a trap. Oh, Unati 1 and Unati 2.
That's so lovely. Unati 1, Unati 2. Ah, guys, I'm so happy. Both of you have answers. Thunder, it's okay. It's okay. We can take it. Just let us know where you're getting stuck.
Okay, we're going to do this one in stages. So I'm going to sort of, we're going to do like one step at a time, and then I'm going to let people who have made mistakes try and correct themselves. Okay, so Unati 1, can you please tell me how to do the first step of this equation?
Ma'am, so I'm only going to do the first step.
Just the first step now.
Ah.
Okay, come, let's get going.
Mom, so you have to get the lowest common denominator, and I got 12.
Beautiful, that's great. Okay, so what would I have to do to the 6?
Mom, you have to times it by 2.
Good.
Times the 1 by 12.
Good.
Times the 4 by 3.
Yes.
Times the 2 by 6.
Great. Okay, so what does my next line look like?
Mom, so it's gonna be 2x minus 2.
So I like what you're saying. I'm just gonna leave a little bit of space over here. Keep on going.
Ma'am, and then it's gonna be 48 plus 48.
Yeah.
Over 12. Then it's gonna equal to 3x minus 3. Ma'am, can I continue?
Yeah. Keep on going.
Ma'am, then it's gonna be 18 minus 30 over 12.
Okay. So it's very close. There's just something that's gone wrong with the signs here. And that's a very normal thing to happen. That's why this step over here sometimes is helpful. So I'm just going to fill in what that top step is going to do, and then you'll see what's going on in the bottom, because there's just one sign that's wrong. But otherwise, that's great. Okay, so let's just have a look at the step before. What really helps is to actually write out what we're seeing over there as a step. Okay, so we write 2x minus 1 over 12 plus 48 over 12 equals 3 bracket x minus 1 over 12 minus 6 3x oh goodness, minus 5 all over 12. Now that we have,
sorry, Teacher
Hi.
Jenny, you said
Yeah.
you said equals to, and it's supposed to be
oh,
minus.
I'm just on my own mission over there. Thank you so much, Yolanda. Okay, once we're at this point over here, because our denominators are all the same as each other, once all of our denominators are the same, we can just kind of ignore them. So we can drop the denominators, and that makes our life a little bit easier. Okay, so Shaden, don't panic. Are you confused with this up here? Just what we did there? So all we did in this step is, okay, so what we did here is we tried to find our lowest common denominator, right? So we needed to figure out what we need to times it 6 by, what we need to times 1 by, what we needed to times 4 by, and what we needed to times 2 by to all get the same number. So we wanted to have 12 as our denominator for all of them. And in fractions, whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So we're multiplying this by 2 because we multiplied that 6 by 2. We multiplied the 4 by 12 because we needed to multiply 1 by 12. Here we needed to multiply that 4 by 3, and so we multiplied that by 3. Okay, so all we were doing was trying to find our lowest common denominator. Once we have a common denominator, we can drop the denominator. And when we drop the denominator, we can do our distribution. So here we have 2 times x, which is 2x, and 2 times -1, which is -2, plus our 48, our 3x, and our -3. And then here, the reason why this first step is so important is because it makes us be careful with our signs. We're taking in a -6 over here. So we're going to have -18x. And then we're going to have a negative and a negative, which is going to give us a positive 30. And so writing that first step, the step that I've got in dark green, it just helps us make sure that all of our signs are going to be okay. Because when we're dealing with signs over fractions, things get a bit messy. Okay, so then we're at this point over here. Okay, when we get to this point over here, we're wanting to isolate our x. So make sure that you have what's going on over here. And remember, you're wanting to get everything that has an x on one side and everything that has a number or just a constant, you're wanting them all to be on the other side. So give this a go. See if you can get to your final answer.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. We can do this. We can do this. Ooh, Tiana, on fire.
Okay, Tiana, can you talk me through this next step?
Yes, ma'am. We're gonna start with the yellow. So we're gonna say 2x minus 3x
Good.
plus 18x.
Yes.
And then we're
Equal.
gonna say -3
Good.
plus 30
Yes.
plus 2
Yes.
minus 38.
Good. Okay. Good.
And then we're gonna say plus 2 minus this 48. This side equals -19.
Negative 19.
No, not the x side, the other side.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Sure. You had me panicking there for a second. I'm going to just double check that. I believe you, but I'm just double checking. Okay. I agree with you. Negative 19. Okay. What's happening on my left side?
Is I'm sure it's -19 also.
I'm sure it's negative 19. I've done the auditing.
Mav's gonna make me stress. Okay, then the other side is 17.
Good, good. 17x. Okay. Cool.
And
And
then
so our
we're gonna
final step
say-
here.
And then we're gonna say divided by 17.
Good.
In the other side, we do what we do on the other side. And
Good.
then we must have the x alone now. Now we're gonna say -19 divided by 17.
But we're going to leave it there. We're not going to turn it into a decimal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiana, well
What is it?
done.
Hi,
I'm gonna
Tiana.
say maybe
Yeah,
make
that-
me think. I
Yeah,
did the sum.
And you did it all by yourself.
But what if I don't do it like this in the exam? What if I panic?
You're not going to panic, Tiana. You're going to stay calm and collected and you will be fine.
You're doing well, Tiana.
Pas compete.
Okay, guys, so that was great. So just to go over these steps over here, this step over here, all we're trying to do in this first blue step, this whole part over here is just about finding our lowest common denominator. Okay, that's all we have to do. This step over here, this blue, well, let me make it a different color. This step over here, this little purple step, we dropped our denominator. We dropped the denominator and we distributed. Okay, so we distributed. Sorry, when I write on the right-hand side, I struggle. And we dropped the denominator. Okay, cool. Then this step over here, we moved our variables to one side and our numbers to the other side. And then our final step, we just solved for x. Yeah, don't worry, we'll do more sums like this. Don't panic. Stephen, that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. And yes, we will definitely do more like this. So, Owetu, just as a little FYI, your teachers will put answers like this in, because if your answer is a fraction answer, you can't just substitute in a number. So they don't like it when your x's are just like 2 or 1 or 3, because then people can guess them. So when it's a fraction, don't panic. Your teachers have purposefully done that. So don't think you're wrong. This is not higher order. This is just routine in grade 9. So now, how can I help? Ooh.
Ma'am, so I had a question. So if fractions are on both sides of the equation, then we're not trying to eliminate it. We're trying to make the denominator the same.
Exactly.
Okay, but if it's on one side of the equation, then we're trying to eliminate it.
Yes, because then it's just easy for us to just sort of take the one number up.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Okay. Whew. Oh, it's brain break. Oh, look at that timing, and it's perfect. It's 5:30. Okay.
Like already. Whoa.
I like this little man because he prepares me, because then I know when the brain break is coming.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a bad one today. It's a very durable one. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to ruin it. But I am wanting to know what that question mark is. So as soon as you think you have your answer, chuck your answer in the chat for me.
All stars always red.
No, his all stars have always been red. That's his vibe, MK. He likes the red all stars.
Okay.
It is not 22.
Guys, come on, put hints there so you can help each other. Let's go.
It's not 23. It's not 24. It's not 21. Nope. 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 Ah, Fatu, yes. Kutwano, yes. Amber's there now. Yes, 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 yes. Fatu, are you going to explain it to us?
Well done,
Yes,
guys.
ma'am.
Okay, tell me what to do.
Okay, ma'am. So firstly, ma'am, I said 45 divided by 3 and it gave me 15.
Beautiful. Okay, I like it.
And then I
like
said
it.
15 plus 21 minus 15 gave me like 6. So 3 plus 3 is like 6, you know.
Good. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then for the second one, 3 plus 4 is 7.
Yeah.
And then here we have 3 candles. Which
We only have 3 candles, and here we have 4 candles, so that's 3.
Yes.
Good. And what's the second trap?
Ma'am, the castle does not have 3 things. It has 2.
Yes, it's only got 2, which means it's 2 and not 3. Yes.
Well done, Fatu.
Yes.
Fatu did not guess this word, guys. She deserved
Nice.
it. You did
That
not
was
guess
solid
it.
work. You did really well
Yeah.
there. Who fell for the candle trap and the roof trap? Yeah. Tiana,
Babe.
hello.
But it's so.
No, why?
I never saw the castle thing.
Oh, silly
Tiana.
banana.
Can you please erase the things? I want to get lunch money out of this.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, I understand that need for money and chocolate, guys. This is what we use on our chocolates. On our chocolates, it's my brain's a one-track mind. On your parents, guys, if you want to take a photo, you can take a photo. Give it to your parents. Test them out. Precious, hello. How can I help?
And how is it possible that I got 20% I didn't see the puzzle?
Well, I think you made a mistake somewhere else, but it was just like a lucky mistake. But
your quizzes sometimes they're hard.
they're supposed to help your brain, keep you active, keep you going for it. I like that you guys are falling for my traps, though. It makes me happy. Okay, I'm worried I'm going to mess up this name. Is it Moabi? Am I saying that right?
Yes, ma'am, it's Moabi.
Okay, great. How can I help?
So, ma'am, this is my first day joining, and I attempted your brain break, which was deceiving, ma'am. So I take it that you're a deceiving teacher.
I am. When it comes to maths, I'm all about the traps. As a warning, the rest of this class will tell you, I love a good maths trap.
Okay, ma'am.
Moabi, don't fail for teacher Jenny's trap. Do
Yeah,
not.
don't fall for my traps. I set them all the time. The rest of your classmates will tell you. They are my favorite things in maths. But it's because I'm getting you ready because your maths teachers also like traps. So I'm stopping you from falling for your traps in your tests. Exactly, Kira. Exactly. Okay, so another question which is similar to the one that you just did. So this will be good practice. Let's see how it goes. First person to have their hand up for this one can go through the whole question once you're ready. So make sure you're happy with it. You're happy with all your steps. Try and think about how we did the last one with the different layers. See if that helps.
Woo! Let's go, guys. Let's do this. Bongu, I can see you. I can see you. You are focusing there. I see. Go, Nandi. Woo! I'm shouting out to all of you who are focusing.
Getting that focus on.
Yeah.
Oh, Unati's ready. Okay, Unati, it's yours. I'm just gonna give people a little bit of a chance to finish, but this is your question.
Oko, I see you. Munaka, I see you.
Oh, my tea's cold now. I'm sad.
It's been long.
It's been too long. Okay, if anyone needs a little bit more time, can you let me know? You don't have to send it to everyone if you're embarrassed. You can send it as a direct message.
Remember to write it down so you can do the corrections. It's always exciting when you can do the marking and everything.
Oh, yes, and then you know when you're right. And
yeah,
it's great. Yeah, no problem. I'll give you more time. It's not a worry.
Kiara needs parents to buy a mug like ma'am's.
Oh my goodness, can I just tell you, it's so great. It's just that now my tea is so cold. So it's I need to think of a new plan. The big mug did not solve my tea woes. I need to get some kind of thermos. I feel like I saw like thermos mugs at Typo once. Might have to go and investigate.
They do exist, that's for sure. Because I
Yeah.
have one.
Like, oh, just gloat about it. Thanks. Okay, we're gonna go through this one step by step. And if you're feeling lost, do not panic. Unati is gonna explain it to you like a pro. Let's go. Unati, talk me through
Okay,
this.
ma'am. So you have to get the lowest common denominator, so it's gonna be 8.
Good.
So you're gonna say 2 bracket 8 plus 3 over 8
Good.
minus a minus 2 over 8.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put a 1 there so that we don't make a mistake with our signs, but what you wrote was fine. Okay, equals.
Ma'am is gonna equals to 4a over 8
Good.
minus 8 over 8.
Good. Okay, so before you carry on, first trap that was set for you guys. Oh, I've written a 1. First trap that was set for you guys is that often people forget about that 1, and so they write -1 instead of 8 over 8. That was trap number 1. And the other trap was forgetting to put this in brackets over here. So often when we see something like this and we think, oh, it's already got a denominator of 8, so I don't have to do anything to it. We just write minus a plus 2, and then we forget that we have to distribute that negative. So trap 1 was those brackets. Trap 2 was having 8 over 8. Hopefully you didn't fall for these 2 traps. Okay, Unati, step 2.
Ma'am, so now you're gonna distribute the 2 in the first bracket. So it's gonna be 2a plus 6
Good.
over 8.
Now I'm gonna drop my denominator because I don't need it anymore.
Okay, ma'am. So it's gonna be minus a plus 2.
Careful. Is it plus 2?
Oh, negative 2.
Good, good.
Sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay.
Equals to 4a minus 8.
Good. Okay, so all we did over there, guys, was we distributed the numbers to try and get everything onto one plane. Okay. Now I'm just gonna.
Ma'am, and then
I'm just coloring them in for people at home, Renati, so that they can see what's going on. Okay. Good. Cool. All yours.
then you need to take your variables and your numbers to the different sides. So it's
Good.
gonna be ta minus a minus 4a.
Mm-hmm.
Equals to negative 8 minus 6 plus 2.
Good.
So it's going to be negative 3a equals to negative 12.
Good.
Then you're going to have to divide it by negative 3 to get the a alone. So you do that on both sides. So your answer is going to be a equals to 4.
Beautiful. Yes.
That's your
Nice
job.
job. That was a long, hard question. Very,
Awesome.
very good job,
Yeah.
guys. Okay, so let's try and deal with some of the questions that came in the chat. So how do we find the LCD? Basically, we look at these numbers over here and we say, what is their lowest common multiple? So like if I looked at 2, it would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. If I looked at 4, it would be 4, 8, 12, 16. If I looked at 8, it would be 8, 16, 24. And so if I looked at those numbers, I can see that 8 is the lowest of my multiples. So that's how we find an LCD. It's the lowest common of the multiples. Okay. Then we had the 2 traps that we set. So if you wrote a +2 over here, then you fell for my 1 trap. And if you wrote a -1 over here, then you fell for my other trap. But marks wise, let's see how this would go. You would definitely get a mark for the 2a plus 6. you would get a mark for the negative a minus 2. And then you would definitely get a mark for the negative 8. And then you'd get a mark for getting to this point over here. So for getting negative 3a is equal to negative 12. You'd get a mark there, and then a mark for your final answer. So then this one would probably, I think you'd probably get a mark there for the 4a as well. So this is out of 6. So see how you landed up managing out of 6. And if you fell for my traps, I'm sorry, but they are here to help you.
6 marks, guys, on the bag. Well done. Congratulations to everyone. And those that got 3 is still a pass.
Jasmine, yes.
Still a pass, still a pass. Well done. Well done, guys.
You fell for the trap. Good. Fall for my traps, because that means you won't fall for them in class. Nice, Jordan. Solid. Those of you getting 3s, that's still great. Don't worry, we're going to be doing mixed equations today and on Thursday. Okay, if you wanted a screenshot, now is your time, and then I'm going to move on to our next question.
Screenshots, guys. It's time for you to shine. Take a screenshot. It's important.
Okay. Oh, the top one's so nice and easy. I'm actually, the top one I'm going to just talk to you about, because it's a little bit different, even though it's an easy one. And then the next one I'll let you do completely solo. So now this equation has got x squared. What does that x squared tell me? Fatu, yes. What does that x squared tell me?
Ma'am, that it is a quadratic equation.
Beautiful. And if it is a quadratic equation, then what do I need to keep in my mind?
The 0.
I need to make sure that it's equal to 0. Good. And what's the second thing I need to think about?
You need to
Starts with an F.
Factorize.
Yes, there we go.
Ooh,
nice job.
Well done,
Well
Patsy.
done. Okay, so when we see an x squared or a y squared or an a squared or a z squared, it doesn't matter. We're going to get 2 answers. Okay, we're going to have 2 answers. And our brain needs to think we need to make everything equal to 0 as our step 1. And our step 2 is we're going to need to factorize. Okay, so step 1, we're going to make everything equal to 0, which means I'm going to move that 5 over. So I've got 3x squared minus 5 is equal to 0. Now remember, these questions will be mixed in with the linear equation, so you need to know when to do what, and that's why we sort of talk about this and try and drill it into your heads. Now we're at this point over here. What am I going to do? Is there anything I can do? This question is wrong. There is nothing you could have done at that point. There we go. What can I do now? What can I do at this point over here? So I know I need to factorize. What type of factorizing can I do? Yes, guys, great. Great. Okay, when we factorize, we think, can we take out a highest common factor? Can we do difference of 2 squares? Or can we do a trinomial? And in this case, we can do a highest common factor. So I'm going to take out my highest common factor of x, and I'm going to be left with 3x minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay. Then, because we've made it equal to 0, we get to use that fancy 0 rule, which is what we do for quadratics. And we say, well, that means that that is equal to 0, or that is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 is my one answer. Now on the other side, I need to solve for x. So I'm going to say 3x is equal to 5, which means x is equal to 5 over 3. So there's answer number 1. There's answer number 2. Marks for a question like this, you'll get a mark for making it equal to 0, a mark for taking out your highest common factor, and a mark for each answer. So it's a lot of marks for not a hard question.
Yeah, so that's what I was realizing. I'm like, whoa, 4 marks in the bag, guys.
Yeah.
In the bag. It's a lot.
Okay, you ready to try one by yourselves? I'm hoping so.
I believe in all of you. I believe in my people. They will do it.
Let's see. Please, can you solve for x in this equation for me?
Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. I can see the yes, yes, yes in the comments. Let's try this, guys. We can do it.
Just remember your steps. First step, make it equal to 0. Second step, try and factorize. And remember, when you factorize, you always have to check if there's a highest common factor first. And then once you've taken out the highest common factor, you can think of what you could possibly do. Okay, Sana, can you talk us through this one?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm going to try my best with this one.
Okay.
But first I did the highest common factor.
So what would be the first thing I have to do before taking out the highest common factor?
Oh, sorry, ma'am. We have to make the equation equal to 0.
Good,
So
good.
we have to put the 4 on the other side of the equation. So it would be
Perfect.
plus 4.
Excellent. Okay, now I like where we're going with highest common factor. What's that going to look like?
So the highest common factor is 2.
Mm-hmm.
So then it would be x to the power of 2 plus 3x plus 2 equals 0.
Good.
And then we're going to do a trinomial.
Yes.
So then it's going to be 2 brackets, x plus 2 and x plus 1.
Yes. Okay, so what am I going to write after that?
So then x will be equal to, x plus 2 will be 0, and then x will be equal to minus 2, or x plus 1 will be 0, and x will be equal to minus 1.
Beautiful. Can you tell me what's happening with this number here?
Sana.
Do I hear about that too?
No, ma'am, we don't care about that too because it's not a variable.
Yes,
You go
beautiful,
down, you
excellent.
go
We don't care about
down.
that too. It's not a variable. It would become 0. It's not in our, we don't need to worry about it.
Well
Beautiful.
done.
That was excellent, and that was so nicely explained. Nice job. Good. Okay, so we land up with our 2 answers. X is equal to -2 and x is equal to -1. Let's go through how these marks would work. You'll get a mark for making it equal to 0. You'll get a mark for taking out your highest common factor. You would get a mark for factorizing your trinomial and a mark for each of your answers. Okay, let me deal with these questions. Unati, how can I help?
Ma'am, I forgot to lower my hand. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. Okay, no worries. Okay, cool. Let's try sneak in one little baby question, and then I'm going to leave you with Yolanda to do the poll for tonight. Which one do I want to do? Let's do this one. This one's not so, it looks nasty, but it's not a nasty question. Okay, so I'm going to go through this one. So don't panic about putting up your hands for this one, just because our time is limited. But give this one a go. See if you can solve for x. And then our time has already disappeared. And then I'll only see you again on Thursday.
Time flies. That's why every one of you need to make it during the holidays, because I will be definitely here.
Guys, we're going to have so much fun. We're going to be in our pajamas. We're going to be drinking hot chocolates. I'm going to have found a thermos mug.
You know, you'll be sipping a hot tea always.
Yeah, my tea will be hot for our whole lesson. It's going to be a game changer. Let's use our rainbow pen for our last question of the night. You know I'm addicted to this pen. Okay. I know you may not all be finished yet. I'm just going to start going through this just because of our time. So what we're going to do is we're going to distribute the 2 into that bracket, and then we're going to distribute the negative into that bracket. So I'm going to get 2x minus 8 minus 4x plus 8 is equal to 2x plus 7. That's our first step, okay? You would get 1 mark for the 2x minus 8, 1 mark for the negative 4x plus 8. 1, 1. All right. Then I'm going to get my variables on one side and my numbers on the other. So I have 2x minus 4x minus 2x is equal to 7 minus 8 plus 8. 2x minus 2x is nothing. So I'm left with negative 4x is equal to 7. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 4. And I'm going to see that x is equal to negative 7 over 4. And that negative can be anywhere. It can be by the 7, it can be by the 4, or it could be at the front of the fraction. They would all be great. And then you would get another mark for getting to this point here. And then 1 more mark for your answer. Nice job, guys. I'm leaving you with Yolanda to do the poll. I hope you have a beautiful evening and stay warm. And I will see you on Thursday.
Thank you to Jenny. She has to really rush.
Yeah, I've got to run to the 10s now.
Let's do the polls, guys. Well done. Well done, everybody. Oh, I am so proud of all of you. Guys, well done. You got it right, Sisipo. It just shows how actually clever you are. It just shows that if someone teaches you really nice, you're gonna get the stuff. Bye bye. Have a nice day, all of y'all.